Okay, in this lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply multi-digit numbers in two different ways. We're going to do kind of like the traditional way that we normally do multiplication, and then we're going to kind of learn a new way using expanded form to go along with that. So, let's get started on the two ways to multiply multi-digit numbers. Okay, let's look at the first way. The first way is that traditional way. And that just means just the regular way that we all know how to multiply. So let's just look at that problem real quick. So let's look at 23 times 45. Okay, for this problem you already know that we start with the 5 right here. And 5 times 3 is 15, regroup. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 makes an 11. And then after we're done, we circle the 5, bring down the 0. And then 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then we just add those together to get the answer, or the product, which is 1,035. Hoping that I didn't make any mistakes. That looks like it's right. Okay, so let's look at that expanded way that I was just telling you about. So expanded is another way that you can do multi-digit numbers. So let me show you how that works. Let's look at this 23. So 23 we know is 20 plus 3. And then let's look at 45. And let's write it like this. 40 plus 5. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw a box to go along with our numbers. So it's almost like the multiplication tables. So in this box, it's really 40 times 20. Because it's 40 and this 20. The 3 and the 40 go here, so it's 40 times 3. This one is 20 times 5. And this one is 5 times 3. So knowing that we can multiply with zeros, it kind of makes it a little bit easy. So this first one is 4 and 2 is 8 with 2 zeros is 800. Then 40 times 3, 4 times 3 is 12 and 1 0. This 2 and 5 is 10, plus the 0, and this is 15. If we add all that together, we should get that same answer, so let's try it. We have 800, that's the first, plus 120, plus 100, plus 15. And if we add those numbers together, we should get the same answer of 1,035. That's the whole idea of that expanded multi-digit thing. So there's like a little bit of more work there, but you don't have to worry about this kind of figuring out what numbers go where and drop to 0. If this helps you out more, then use that way. So we're trying to learn two different ways to do that multiplication. All right, let's check on another problem. And again, let's try it in two different ways. So let's try the regular way, traditional way, and the expanded way. So here's our problem. Let's do 46 times 29. So here's our problem. And do this along with me. As I do this, then you do this. So with me, let's do 46 times 29. Okay, so writing that down, our first step is to just use the 9. So that 2 doesn't really matter right now. So the 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 4 is 36. Plus 5 is 41. And now we're done with the 9. So I circle it, and I think about that as a 20. I drop down the 0. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. And I add again. So 4, 3, 13. 1,334. Now the expanded way, remember we're taking that 46, this is 40 plus 6, and this is 20 plus 9. We're just going to put it around the box though. Sometimes it's easier just to draw the box first. So either way is fine. So let's do the 40 plus the 6 and 20 plus the 9. So the first one is 40 times 20. Second one is 40 times 9, 6 times 20, and 9 times 6. So any of those kind of ways sort of work around. So you can flip these around like this. 9 and 40 you can flip around. And you can start wherever you want. So if I wanted to start here, I can start here, or then I can go up here. Doesn't matter, because you're going to add them all anyway. Okay, so we have our 800 plus 120 plus 360 plus 54. Okay, adding those together, you would get 4, 3, and 13. Same answer. Okay, so now it's time for you to practice. So let's try some on your own. Alright, so let's try. On your own, let's try traditional and expanded. And I'll bring up my timer. Oh, I'll bring up my timer just a minute. So let's do 35 times 26. So let's try it both ways. And let me set my timer for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go ahead and try it, and then we'll go over it in just a second, okay? 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, should be done. Let's go ahead and look at how you did the problem. So you should have done on your paper. So check it just to make sure. 35 times 26. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 3 is 18. Or, sorry, 6 times 3 is 18. Plus 3 equals 21. Done with the 6. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. You add together, and it should be 910. Let's try the box way, the expanded form. So 30 plus 5, 20, and 6. So this is 30 times 20, which is 600. 20 times 5, which is 100. This one is 30 times 6, which is 180. And 6 times 5 is 30. Okay, so let's add that up together. It's 600, 100, 180, 30, 0, 11, and 9. Good, 910. Okay, so that shouldn't be too difficult for you. Okay, so make sure that you understand how to separate these for expanded, and that each of these problems are just these combined. So you're actually doing all 4 problems just like the ones that are here, but they're just kind of in a square method instead. All right, so let's do 3 of them by yourself, and then let's see how well you do with those. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Totally by yourself. So number 1 is going to be 48 times 35. Number 2 is 79 times 25. And the third one is 46 times 83. Okay. If you need to pause the video so you can check out your answer, that's great. And good luck.